I'm crushed. Simply crushed. I was going to get some groceries. To do that, I used the Burley Travoy. And it's got a flat. My first ever. Really bummed. Hey, I'm Arnie and this is E-Bike Trippin'. If you like anything to do with e-bikes, consider subscribing. Click the big red subscribe button, click the bell icon so you don't miss anything. Check the show notes for even more details. Yep, the flat. Well, fortunately, the wheels come off easily on the Travoy. All you have to do is press that center button right there, and that's it. Pretty simple. Now, I have, like I said, this is my first flat ever. I've never had to fix one of these, and I bet I know what the problem is, because we have goat heads around here. And right there is the culprit. You see that? It's not very big, but they do their job. Okay, so it's nice and flat. We're just going to take this off of here. I have to take the cap off first. I'm going to take this off of here. We'll see if I even need these tire irons. And while I'm doing that, because you don't really care to watch the taking off of a tire. So, I was going to say one thing. You know, one of the things that drew me to, boy, this is going to be fun. This is a nice, tight fit. One of the things that drew me to the Travoy was the fact that it had inflatable, there we go, inflatable tires instead of hard rubber tires. And that's all well and good, except, you know, if you've got goat heads, it's tough. Because these aren't particularly tough tires, except to get them off the rim. There we go. Just slide those around there like that. So yeah, that whole pneumatic idea is great. Uh-oh, there it is. Until you're riding around with a full load of groceries and you come across a goat head. That's tough to see. I'm going to have to inflate. By the way, so as part of this, I ride my bike around town to get groceries and stuff. Not all the time, but a lot. And we were at a local bookshop just recently and talking with the owner, who's very, very much into bicycles, and she commutes most of the time. She was talking about it. She's also on the committee here with the city, and she was talking about how much of a problem it is to get support from the city council and others that just don't see the value of cycling as a means of transportation. All they see is kind of a recreational toy thing, which is pretty common in the good old US of A. I was just curious what it's like in your town. Do you have a supportive infrastructure here in my town of Yakima? We've got, a few trails. No, I don't want to say trails. A few bicycle lanes. Poorly marked, I might add. So part of what I wanted to do here today was just to kind of, have a little bit of a dialogue with you about what it's like in your town and what you'd like to see. I know what I'd like. I'd like to have much like they have in the Netherlands and Amsterdam in particular. Well, not just Amsterdam, but all those others with, separated bike highways and all that kind of stuff. That would be so cool. Am I ever going to see it? Nah. Not going to happen ever. Certainly not here. This is such a drag to have to do this on this little trailer, but it's even worse having to do it on a big e-bike, particularly if you've got one of those fat tire e-bikes, Rad Rover kind of thing. There it is. This is a real drag to do out on the road. It's a drag to do anywhere, frankly. So what I'm going to do, even for these little guys, we're going to put some slime in, and hopefully that will keep this from happening again. In the future. So I was talking about, the discussion is going all over the place. I was talking about what it's like in your town. So I'm kind of hoping somebody will chime in a little bit here. What's it like in your town? Does the city council or whomever is responsible for, traffic ordinances or whatever, support bicycles and help to come up with ideas for making riding safer, and not just safer, well, safer, it kind of goes together, but, ways of helping more and more people get on bikes. So many places, the leadership is so backward. People would ride more if they felt safe. And they don't understand that. Here in my town, there are very few, as I mentioned earlier, very few official bike lanes, that kind of stuff. And they're poorly marked. And for the casual rider, person who hasn't done it a lot, they look at the layout of our town and see these 4-5 lane main thoroughfares as the only way to get from one part of town to another, and they're afraid to ride on them. And I don't blame them. I am too. But I take the time to find routes around or that bypass them, or at the worst cross them, so that I can get around. Does it take a little bit more time? Yeah, it does. But okay, this is settling down nicely. Watching somebody repair a tire, it's kind of like watching paint dry. Are you having fun? Are you even still with me? All right, so I'm going to have to take this thorn out of here. Oh yeah. It's not a very big thorn, very small, but I can feel the point coming through just enough to pierce the tube. Sharp little bugger. You know, no more than maybe a quarter of an inch, maybe a little bit longer than that. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to take the core out of that tube. Have you ever used slime? In the lid, the top, they have a core remover, and you just stick it in there and twist, and it should come out. My previous experience, it should come out easily. So now we're going to take this and we're just going to attach it to the stem. Now, this is old slime, so I'm not sure how well this is going to work. Hopefully it's not all clogged up. There we go. And I'm just going to squeeze. And I shouldn't need a lot. It's hard to know exactly how much to put in here. I'm going to call that good. And then I'm going to put the core back in. It's been a long time. I'm not even sure if I'm doing this properly. So it says reinstall the core. We'll take the core remover and tighten it down. And we're going to add air. Just a little bit. Here we go. And I'm going to just spin it around and we'll carry on our conversation. Our infrastructure, frankly, I was going to say sucks, but I guess, you know, rather than griping, I should be proactive and join the local cycling, oh gosh, I don't even know what to call it. Whatever group supports cycling in general and works with the city as much as they can. I should probably be part of that, but I guess I'm just kind of lazy. I hope you'll take the time to kind of leave a comment down below about what things are like in your town. And please mention where it is that you are so that I have some idea. Might want to even come visit if it sounds really nice. What's going on there? How much support you have? How active are people to get things better? That kind of thing. Anyway, hey, if this rang a bell with you at all, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks so much. Next one will be a little more focused than my just rambling and fixing a tire on my Burley Travoy. See you later.